everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi. How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be having a look at our new character, which is this Pilot Aoi. Now the lineup, the build up to this character was a little bit mysterious. As you know, they had the story event, the Bochi Battle Brigade, teased to be arriving here on the 31st of March. But no, we got this story event instead. We got the Super Steel Maiden's Giganti Croche. Great attack, 4.1 seconds before Landsol Explodes, or something along them lines. And even the character that was on the artwork for that Bochi Battle Brigade, we found out now isn't actually Aoi, it's Croche, who is their alter ego, just like Hiyori, Rei, and Yui have alter egos from the 6th anniversary story event. So, anyway, is this a dream? Is Aoi just dreaming about piloting mechs, giant anime gale mechs? Well, let's have a look at Aoi character then, and what she does. First, we're going to have a look at her banner here. As we can see, it's only here till the 8th of April, which suggests we go, well, hang our heads in disappointment. Another 3 character month. On the 8th, are we going to be getting Croche? When Croche goes, if that's who we get. Who is the next character going to be? Are we going to be getting Canon? Are we going to be getting one of the Alchemy Girls, Louise Marie? Perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. And remember that last April, we got a pre-fest at the end of April. We got an Emily last year. So maybe Ho-Oh will be released as she is in the story event as a pre-fest at the end of the month. So that could make it a 4 character month. So you're going to have to be very frugal with your jewels. They're not making it easy for us, are they? This here being the first limited Aoi. We now have 5 Aoi characters. Got to build a full team of 5 Aois, but probably wouldn't work that well. Anyway, let's bring up this little graphic here and quickly have a look at our Pilot Aoi. As you can see, she sits in the mid-ground. Position 526, somewhere around where Magical Girl Monica sits. Round about she's renewing on a light physical team. As you can see, she is light and physical. That's where we are going to be using her more or less all the time. And she has been given the role of a debuffer. A loop pattern we'll have a quick look at whilst it's here. Skill 2 is the first action. When she gets into a loop, it is the skill 1, which is used more frequently. That is more of a debuffing skill. Maybe that is why she has been given this debuffing role. So, let's go and find Aoi then, and we'll have a look at her skills and what exactly she does. So, here we go. We have our Pilot Aoi here. And we can see here, from her union base then. She increases her own physical attack power by a large amount. That's 32 times skill level. Mine is limit broken, so these numbers are maybe slightly higher than one isn't limit broken. So 11,136. Large physical damage to one enemy in front of you, so single target physical damage, 4 times physical attack. Currently 220,000, or nearly 221,000 damage there. Additionally, she creates a physical damage field that is centered on the enemy in front of you. So it has a 510 range. So that means if you're fighting a boss, don't worry about it, you'll get all the nodes. If you're fighting characters and they say have Lima tanking, who is the character that's most furthest forward, 510 range, then we'll go back to 727, which does mean that there is potentially some characters at the back that might miss out on the damage from this field. But on the whole, it will more than likely get most people most of the time. Sometimes there'll be a tank that is a little bit further back. So this does damage over time, 0.4 times physical attack, 18 ticks. So it does 22,000 damage per second. When I saw this, I thought a mini anemone. I think she is, in many respects, a mini anemone, a physical only mini anemone. Anemone though does do a lot more damage on her damage over time on the Union base. She does about 65,000 damage per second, where as you can see Aoi is only doing 22,000 per second, so nearly 1/3 the damage of Anemone on that damage over time Union base. But Aoi does have additional damage that Anemone doesn't have in the single target damage and damage elsewhere, which will help to bring that number back up again. So 18 seconds at 22,000 per second. That is a total damage of just shy of 400,000 damage from this field. So additionally, she will greatly reduce the physical attack power and greatly reduce the physical defense power. So a physical defense debuff of 18 times skill level, that's 6,264. Also, the physical defense debuff 1.5 times skill level, so currently 522. So there is her union base. Let's have a look at her skill 1. And this union base, skill 1, deals large physical damage to one enemy character in front of you. Again, single target, 2.4 times physical attack. Currently at 132,000 damage, more or less. Additionally, deals medium physical damage to all enemies in range, centered on the character that was hit, the first enemy in front that got hit by that single target damage. This is a 400 range, so a little bit smaller than the damage field. So again, if it's Lima tanking back to 617, there might be a few characters at the back. If you are fighting individual characters, might not be under the damage of this attack. Against the boss, again, you shouldn't be too worried. So it's AoE 1.2 times physical attack. So that is currently 66,000 damage to everybody in range. So once again, we have a character here that is good for single target and multiple target applications. She also reduces the physical attack power by a medium amount. That is 10 times skill level, so currently 3,480 to anybody under that field. Physical defense down as well to anybody under that attack field. 140 defense down at the moment. So again, we have got another Aoi character that has huge amounts of physical defense down. Now, remember we had a field that was deployed from the Union base. If that field is deployed, she will increase the damage of this skill and increase the damage dealt by all enemies within range centered on that enemy character in front of you when they receive a critical hit by a small amount. So what does that mean? The damage will increase by the number of targets. So for this single target damage will increase by 1.2 times the number of targets. So say we have 5 targets, 1.2 times 5 is 6. So the damage multiplier will increase. It will go from 2.4, what it was, to 8.4 times physical attack. The damage will go up from what it was before the barrier, 132,000, to somewhere around about 437,000 damage. Quite a sizable increase in damage there. The same for the AoE damage. Goes 0.6 times the number of targets. So again, we have 5 targets. 0.6 times 5 equals 3, which means the damage multiplier will go up from 1.2 to 4.2. The damage would go up from what it was, 66,000, to everybody under this damage within the range, to somewhere around about 190,000 damage for everybody under the field or within the range of this attack. So that is definitely a respectable increase in damage with that field deployed. On top of that, crit damage taken is also increased by 8%. Hopefully you've got all of that. Anyway, let's quickly look on then at the skill 2. So the skill 2 deploys a physical nullification barrier on herself, which blocks 11,000 damage, as he is now limit broken. Greatly increases her own physical attack power. Here's 40 times skill level, so at the moment she's getting almost a 14,000 physical attack buff. Slightly increases her own TP gain. She gets a 5 TP boost and recovers her own TP by 200. If that field from the Union base is up, then she will deploy a physical and magical absorption barrier to all allies. It's a duo barrier, as we say. Again, 11,136 damage is nullified from that. Greatly increase the physical attack power of allies. This is 20 times skill level, so 6,960, and slightly recovers their TP. Allies only get 100 TP. So there we go. That is the Pilot Aoi. Very, very good support character with decent damage in there. But where is she going to fit in the game, and what do we think exactly of these skills? Where is this Pilot Aoi going to be used? So here we are with some teams for Deep Quest. This is where I think Pilot Aoi is going to be used most notably, helping to take out 710 Light Deep Quest. There are several teams here with Herein that have now made it much easier to take out this boss. Although in the stream where we suffered, I didn't take on this boss. We did have a little bit of a struggle, but the next day I had put my hands in my pockets and we leveled up Kurumi's unique equipment, which was a problem with that team, and we're back in 1 second with that unique equipment leveled up a bit on Kurumi. This team here did manage to beat 710 Light Deep Quest for me. I'll put this video up in its entirety separately if you want to go and have a look at that whole fight, but here we go. Finally, we will beat it with 4 seconds to go. There we go. The team. So one of the main uses then for this Pilot Aoi is to take out this 710 boss in Light Deep Quest. Even I can do it. Even I can do it. So there we go. There's the damage for that team. So where else are we going to be using this Pilot Aoi? So we can see she's going to be good there in Deep Quest. A very versatile character. Again, another one that can be used on a single target and multiple target teams. Single target damage on this light team is very good. There really wasn't a character that performed this role on a single target light physical team. For that, she's going to be the #1 go-to. No elemental restrictions. Again, very good, but once you use off element, I think other elements do have physical defense down characters. Characters with some utility, so maybe not. But if she is, I wouldn't be too shocked. Definitely, we're going to see her in clan battle for like physical teams when we use that in PvP. The kit looks like there are possibilities there, but again, not really designed for PvP. The barrier will not be up for the first few skills, giving you the extra stuff that you would like. So definitely not tailored to PvP in that way. Either way, she is going to be one of the first choices for a light physical team, combining decent damage, pretty decent damage, and great support. She will be a better magical girl moniker, although they are used together in some of these teams. The character that she is likely going to replace maybe is Giganti. She does everything that Giganti does, more or less, just better defense down, better damage, definitely in a single target environment. She will be doing better damage than Giganti. Multiple target too, it's on par, if not better. So she will probably be going to be interchangeable or replacing this Giganti. The one thing I have noticed though is position. Giganti sits a lot further back than this Aoi, and at least in one of the battles in Deep Quest, getting to 710, having Aoi sitting further forward made the team not work so well. So if positioning is a factor, perhaps we'll still be using the Giganti, but other than that, this Aoi is probably going to be a much better Giganti, which is very good. Giganti has been used a lot in many teams. So there we go. That is the Pilot Aoi. Good luck to anybody that is going to be studying for here. Congratulations to those that have it. Let me know what you think of this character. And be frugal with those jewels. We've got a lot coming up this month. So thank you very much for watching. And I'm Tokkuri Yashi, and we'll see you all again for another video. Bye. Yay!